Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2023 and another part of the Journeyman with Leeds United. Today we take on Manchester City, who have been the recent dominant force in England, before taking on Borussia Mönchengladbach in the semi-final of the Europa Conference League. In the first leg, we have a chance to get through to a European final, qualify for next season's Europa League, and also get our first bit of proper silverware in the series with the Conference League. That would be absolutely awesome. Thank you for all of the support, by the way. Keep leaving a big thumbs up down below if you do enjoy. Keep getting involved down in the comment section. I'm really enjoying interacting with you all, hearing about your saves, and you all giving me a good old telling off as well, in terms of how badly I play Football Manager. But anyway, let's get ourselves into the action. First things first, let's have a look at how we've got on since you last saw me, which was the 1-0 victory against Luton Town. Well, we then went on to lose 1-0 away from home to Manchester United. Neto getting a 12-minute goal there. We didn't really offer much in that match, but I was quite pleased to come out just the 1-0. We then went away to Middlesbrough, beat them 3-1 with Ansgar, Nauf and Vitinha getting 2 goals in that match. We then beat Randers FC 4-0 in the home match. Vitinha, Aquino and Gibbs White getting a brace there, which meant I didn't really want to show the second leg because of what was the point, really? We then beat Norwich City 2-1 at home. This was a grinding performance. We weren't at our best, but Mark Rocker and Morgan Gibbs-White got onto the score sheet there to get us over the line. Second leg against Randers, we rotated the side somewhat, drew 2-2. Vitinha getting another couple of goals there. He has been an absolute machine since we've joined, but we had the old European hangover. We then went away to Brentford and lost 3-0. All of that means that we are currently in 9th place in the Premier League, looking pretty likely to finish top half. But our dream of finishing 7th in the Premier League this year, I don't think that's going to happen. We could potentially finish 8th ahead of Newcastle, but they've got a game in hand on us. It is going to be really tough, particularly because we're playing Man City today. They're probably going to get the better of us, and it is the way it is. We are unlikely to win this match. But we're already looking ahead to next season. I have made me first signing in charge of the club, and it is 28-year-old French midfielder Manu Kone. He will be joining us on a free transfer. Some excellent attributes, and has been playing very, very well for today's opponents, Gladbach, over the last few years. Joined them in 2021, but has been a very good player in the Bundesliga for them. So, I'm very, very happy with that. We have also stamped our feet and got rid of a few players that wanted to leave as well. Some of the older players, Christian Pulisic, I told you about last time out, £22 million. He's going to Benfica. Bruno Tabata already had agreed to join Real Sociedad on a free transfer. Luis Sinisterra is going as well. I think, he's joining Hoffenheim for £24 million, and Mark Rosser is joining Valencia on a free transfer. Rasmus Christensen will be joining Fiorentina on a free transfer as well. So lots of the older players will be leaving in the summer. Players that have been around for a few years, but I think have probably come to the end of what they can offer Leeds United Football Club. Squad performances. Top goal scorer for the season is Vitinha with 29 from 44 starts. Morgan Gibbs-White has 15 from 36 and 10 for Jack Harrison. Nauf has 9 as well, and a few other guys have chipped in with some bit part goals. Top assists is Sergio Gomez, our left back, with 9 for Mark Rocker as well, 8 for Thiago Santos, Ramadini 7, Gibbs-White 7 as well, 6 for Nauf and 5 for Vitinha. Top average rating of people that matter is Thiago Santos with a 7.28. Nauf has got a good average rating as well. Vitinha, Andrew Lyons, and Morgan Gibbs-White, all players that have played pretty well for us so far in our Leeds United journey. Training wise, I will show you what we have been doing. You can see I do have a few little schedules going. I'm on attacking week 3 is what I call this one. If we go into that one, you can see what we play. Always trying to get the community outreach and team bonding in there every single week. A little bit of chance creation and conversion in there. Always some good match preparation. And set pieces, I do like to make sure that we're good at our set pieces, so I focus on them a little bit, and some attacking, sessions earlier in the week. We then have our match, of course, usually on a Saturday with the recovery and match review after that. I think we could potentially up the intensity of it a little bit, potentially. Over the summer, I'll come up with some new schedules, but this is kind of what I've been doing so far in the Journeyman. Came up with a few different schedules and putting them together and trying to make the schedule look good, it look varied, and try and work on different things with the players that I think are really important for my tactic and how I want to play, and that's mainly where we've been. You can see we have set up our mentoring groups as well, or the assistant did at least, which is all good. I have brought in a few new coaches, so we might as well edit some of these assignments. I think if we just ask the assistant to do it, that's brilliant. You can see lots and lots of good coaches in there. Jason Tyndall's in there. We've brought Tony Adams in as well. Mick Beale, obviously very highly regarded coach. He's come in. Mark Jackson, very, very good. He was already at Leeds, I believe. We're not doing too badly now. We're a 4-star tactical guy, which is really, really good. So yeah, I'm happy with it. We're teaching possession, and we've brought in a new guy, Emmanuel Fossati. We put out a staff. What do you call it? Job advert, that's it. Job advert for assistant manager, because we didn't have one when we joined the club. So Emmanuel Fossati applied, and wow, look at these attributes. I mean, this guy is incredible, and I think he will be somebody that will eventually become a manager himself. I would imagine it's his first role in football. He's a very, very good assistant manager, and I think he's going to be really good for us over the next few years, fingers crossed, while we are at Leeds. Right then, squad dynamics, last thing I want to look at. Team cohesion is excellent, nearly at full blast for that. The club atmosphere is really good as well. Of course, we've had good form. Even though we lost against Brentford, I'm not that worried about that. I'm expecting a loss today, but I think generally this group is very together, which is lovely to see. And we are starting to work them over in terms of convincing them that we are the manager to take this club forward. So this is the tactic we're going for today. Still the 4-2-3-1 with the 2 defensive midfielders, but we're going for a cautious mentality today against Man City, and I'm kind of tempted to scale this back a little bit just because we haven't got Sergio Gomez, because he's going to be injured for pretty much the rest of the season, to be honest with you. So I'd like to actually have a look. Wing-back defend is what he'd like to do. So I think we'll give him that, especially against Man City today. I don't think we need to be bombing forward the way we normally would. I'm actually going to swap those 2 round, though, because I think our anchor man could do better on the right-hand side today with him being a little bit more defensive. Ramadani can go and support Pulisic a little bit, and Nauf can be supported by Santos. That's kind of where I'm thinking. But this is the team for today. Then we've got Strakoshka in goal with Santos, Aquino, Tiata and Adams in defence. We've then got Cristiano and Ramadini in defensive midfield positions, with Nauf, Gibbs-White and Pulisic supporting Vitinha up top. So let's get into it then. Of course, we have got players outside of the match squad simply because they allowed 12 substitutes in a Europa Conference League match, and we don't have that many players that are eligible, so I like to keep them just floating at the bottom there so that I don't have to do it every single time. But we have got faith in the team, trying to do the individual team talks a lot. I know a lot of people have said you should take a little bit of time with that, vary your team talks a little bit more. And that's something, I'm learning as I'm going on, because, saying the same thing every time doesn't necessarily work. And, maybe it has done in previous football managers. And I am trying to break those old habits of just clicking and playing. I am trying to be a little bit more in depth. I spent a good hour and a half on my first day at Leeds United, sorting out the staff, sorting out all of that good stuff, to try and bring that little bit of extra performance, if you like, and it certainly seems to be working so far. We'll see against Man City. We're not expecting a victory. This team is very, very good. And here's Kimmich with a shot. Great save by Strakoschka there. And, Man City already looking very, very dangerous. Here's Gavi. Whips it in. It's away by Aquino. Now here's Kimmich to Gavi, who cuts inside with a shot, and that's wide. But let's just appreciate that Manchester City team. We've got Edison still in goal, Kimmich at right back, Ruben Diaz, and this guy Oleg Mitrofanov in central defence. We've got Pilbeam at the left wing-back position. Then Rodri, Rice and Gavi in the middle. And Silva, still Bernardo Silva, on the right-hand side. Phil Foden on the left and Erling Haaland through the middle. Is this guy a regen? He is. Oleg Mitrofanov. Oh my goodness, he looks pretty good. And he's only 19. He's a 19-year-old Ukrainian centre-back. Wowee, he looks good. We got Pilbeam there as well. Yep, another English left back looking pretty good. And who's this Gavi guy? 25-year-old Spanish midfielder. And Erling Haaland, 29 years old these days. Whoa, those are disgusting attributes, aren't they? I'd love to see how many goals he's scored in his career so far. But yeah, Man City, might not win the title this season. Arsenal won it last year. And Arsenal on top again. So potentially Arsenal are going to come and take another league title. Let's encourage the boys. We're obviously taking on Pep Guardiola, who's the king of tiki-taka and king of possession-based football. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Here's Ruben. Gets it to Rice now. Mitrofanov to Pilbeam. Mitrofanov. I think he's the one we need to target. And here's now takes it off Pilbeam. Now here's Thiago Santos. This is good play from our boys to pressure them into that mistake. And now we've got to have quicker build-up, you would say, maybe a little bit more direct today, because Man City are going to be pressuring us just as much. And that's a good ball forward towards Erling Haaland. Oh, is that a penalty, Jeff? It might well be a penalty, Jeff. The referee has given a penalty. VAR are checking it. And I have no idea. Is this going to be awarded, or did he get the ball? Penalty awarded. Oh, dear. So it's going to be Erling Haaland that steps up for the spot kick. Can Shakosha save blushes? No, he can't. No, he can't. Very good from Erling Haaland. That's the sort of penalty that you love to see. 35 goals this season. Yes, he is still disgusting everybody. And, Shakosha did try his best there, but we are 1-0 down at half-time. And I definitely think we need to... we need to switch things up a little bit. Right. What do we want to say? You've done well so far. Keep going and make sure you get the win you deserve. I don't think that's what we want to say. We're the underdogs and it's going to be a real battle, but I know we can earn a draw here. We're only 1 goal behind. That's annoying. I thought that might go quite well. Right, let's let's just try and encourage the boys a little bit. And let's have a look tactically at what we can do here. So I think we need to have a little bit of a higher tempo, maybe a little bit more direct with our play. I think we want to focus our play down the right a little bit, to be honest with you, because that's where their weakness seems to lie. With Pilbeam, and we'll just drop a little deeper to try and get on them. We're going to stay on our feet, try not to give away any silly penalties in this second half. Right, is anybody having a particularly bad game? Pulisic is, so let's take him off. We'll put Kittrick on. Played him a couple of times. He is a Leeds United youth product, and he's done all right, actually. He's done okay. So we'll give him his big promotion in the second half against Man City away at the Etihad, because that's a wonderful idea, you know. It really is a wonderful idea. Right, here we go then. Second half it is. Let's see how we get on. Rodrigo and Rodriguez getting swapped over there. Right. Well, we certainly have looked a little bit more defensively solid in the second half. Don't really know how. I didn't do anything to make that a reality. Right, we'll bring Jens Kelder on, and Aronson can come on as well. Cristiano not having a great game, so let's bring on Rocker for him and swap them two round and go for that. 20 minutes left, and here is Rocker. Boots it forwards. Oh, and it's in! Aquino with the header. And that is us back into the match. It's 1-1. And all of a sudden, we are looking like we may well sneak a point here. Rocker with the ball forward. Aquino there with the header. And that was brilliant. And it is now Manchester City 1, Leeds United 1. And there's a highlight straight from the kickoff here. That is not what we want to see. It's interesting, they seem to have taken off their left back and their young centre back. We were saying that's where the weaknesses lie. Let's take that off then. Oh, and that's a great ball forward towards Erling Haaland. Oh, number 36 of the season for Mr. Haaland. He puts it into the back of the net, and, well, normal service has been resumed. Manchester City are ahead once again. We're going to continue with that little change in tactic, though. Here's Tiata. Gets it to Aquino. Now to Rocker. And this is what I meant by we need to switch it up. And that was a decent ball. Kittrick couldn't get there, though. Here's Bernardo Silva. Pilbeam's on the right-hand side now, which is interesting. That's a great ball forward towards Alvarez. Julian Alvarez, I assume, cuts inside. Oh, wow. That was Julian Alvarez, all right. And it looks like Mitranov has gone to centre-back right now. So they have really, they have switched it around. That's interesting. Pilbeam with the throw. So maybe we need to focus our play down the left now. But Man City all of a sudden coming alive here. And that's a great ball over the top. Here's Jorge now. Whips it in towards Rodriguez. Oh, it's over the bar, but Man City could run out 4-5, 6-1 winners here if we're not careful. Ramadini's going to come off. Archie Gray is going to go on. Here's Adams on the left-hand side. He boots it forward towards Vitinha, but can't really do anything. Here's Pilbeam. Great ball over the top. I think Haaland might have been offside there, though. Apparently not. Bernardo Silva. Oh, it's Foden. Oh. Are we just watching the same goal on repeat time and time again? Oh, my goodness me. That was just brilliant. And, you know, Haaland at the centre of all of that again. And Julian Alvarez, what a player he is. Phil Foden, terrific goal from him. And Yeah, we've been taught a bit of a lesson in this second half by Guardiola's men. We might get another goal here, though. Roca to Tiata, and there you go. He puts it in. We're pretty deadly from set pieces, and that's why we put the work in on the training pitch to try and get those set pieces working well. And you know what? 4-2. I don't think we need to be too mad at that. That wasn't too bad. Hands on hips. You did yourself proud, and that's all I asked for. But this is what I'm saying. People have said, why are you having a go at your players for losing away at Man City? That's why. Because I've just said, you did yourself proud today. Well done. And, they don't like it. I thought you did well tonight. There you go. Who knows? Why would the players be lacking belief? What? End broadcast interview. Just stupid questions, right? Schmeichel spotted at the Etihad Stadium. Kasper Schmeichel, who was taken over at Leicester City, has been spotted. He wants to sign Diego Sanchez, I think it was it? Or what's his name? Sergio Gomez. I wasn't far away with Diego Santos, was I? Right. Worryingly, that's 3 games in a row that we haven't won. Obviously, that one I was expecting. Brentford, that was rubbish. I thought we played all right there, but people will disagree. Anyway, let's get it back on track with a nice first leg victory against Gladbach, please. Okay, we're gonna go for something a little bit different this time in terms of just one change. Mark Roca will start at defensive mid instead of Ramadani. I have popped Jack Harrison on the bench. He is recommended for only 45 minutes, but he was brilliant as we started off our management of the football club. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he can come on a little bit later on and make an impact. But I think this should be a team that are strong enough to get past Gladbach. Let's have a little look at what the bookies say. I didn't actually see it on there. There you go. English side, Leeds United's home advantage gives them the edge in what should be a close game. Most likely outcome, apparently, by the fans is a Gladbach victory. I don't know whose fans they're talking to with all of that. But Borussia Mönchengladbach, I don't know what sort of form they're in, what sides they've beaten to get here. Galatasaray, who, funnily enough, are Leeds' big rivals, aren't they? I am recording this a little bit in advance, so I haven't read anybody's comments about that yet, but here we go anyway. Let's get into the match and see how we get on. We've made Tiata captain ahead of Tyler Adams. Adams wants to leave at the end of the season, so seems to make sense to make our change now. And what do we want to do in terms of a team talk tonight? The fans turn up through thick and thin. Remember that as you go out there today. Let's maybe say that. Shall we say that with a hand? No, we can't do that with our hands on hips. I don't know why. Outstretched arms? No. Hands in pockets. The fans turn up through thick and thin. They don't react. Eesh. Right, here we go then. Let's go into it. Well, it's going to be hard to get a result, but my players are always up for the challenge. When you get to this stage of a competition, you can't help but dream. You can tell they're excited. I mean, this is a massive match. I've turned off the music, by the way, or at least I'm hoping I have. Yes. You can see the formation. We're looking pretty good. There's Manu Kone, who will be joining us next season. It'd be nice to have a look at him today. Hopefully he doesn't have a good game. But Ellen Road absolutely packed to the rafters as the players are walking onto the pitch, and we are ready and raring to go to take on Borussia Mönchengladbach in the semi-final of the Europa Conference League. Let's see how we get on. Here we go then. Here's Thiago Santos with the throw. Gets it to Nauf on that right-hand side. And all the way back to Aquino now. Aquino gets it to Thiago Santos. Here's Nauf. And now Cristiano. And, Roca loses it, but Cristiano comes back and collects. And that's exactly what he's in the squad to do. Great ball forward. Here's Nauf on the ball. Thiago Santos now. Here's Nauf on the ball. Can he get it in? He can. And that is his 10th goal of the season. And Elland Road erupts as we go 1-0 up in the semi-final of the Europa Conference League. That was absolutely brilliant from Nauf there. He came inside. That's what an inverted winger is all about. Thiago Santos with a good through ball. And Nauf sticks it into the back of the net. And we're 1-0 up. And that is exactly what we want to see. Here's Cristiano now to Thiago Santos. And this is the standard of football we have been playing in this competition this season. Here's Adams on the left-hand side. He's bombing away. What can he do with it? He gets it to Roca. Roca forward. Brilliant ball. And Pulisic scores. 4th goal of the season. And now maybe I'm regretting getting rid of Roca because that's his 12th assist. And his 2nd assist of this episode. He... it's 33, and that's why I wasn't really contemplating giving him a new contract, but that ball over the top, that's going to be hard to replace, and here's Adams, but we are 2-0 up here. Pulisic gets it to Adams again, who cuts inside. Adams with a shot, and it's a good save by Funkel there. What a start. What a start to this match, and I mean, Elland Road must just be absolutely bouncing right now. But here's a free kick for Gladbach. And it's going to be Vargas with the shot over the top. What a save by Strakoschka there. And, it goes behind. It's going to be Vargas that whips it in here. And it's away. 2 rams there, but Cristiano... is there to snuff it out, but another free kick here, and look at this, far post, good save, is it going to bundle in, and I think it did. No sort of VAR check, so there was no foul. I mean, it looked pretty suspect to me of a foul on the goalkeeper, but we'll have a little close look here. Vargas got it in, it was a header, good save by Strakosha, and well, it just bounced around really, didn't it, and a pity. But Mönchengladbach are back into the match, and it's 2-1, and they've got that all-important away goal. I don't do away goals count in the Champions League anymore, or in UEFA competitions. I don't know. I get confused with it all. Here's Gibbs White with a corner, gets it in. Tiada's there with a header, and that's a rare miss. But another beautiful delivery, and, it would have been a wonderful way to cap off his debut as captain. Right, what do we want to do? Point the finger and say, I don't want to see a hint of complacency. I think that's what we want to say. Let's say, keep going. And perhaps we'll say individually. Well, we could have said individually to Gibbs White. Hey, look, you've done all right, matey. Right, come on, boys. Let's get Leeds into a European final. For the first time in many, many a year. Here's Elvedi. Gets it to Mittelstadt. To Kone. Don't know what sort of game he's had. We haven't really looked at their average ratings. Here's Bear on the ball. Is he going to whip it in? He does whip it in. 2 rams there. And Gladbach are back at 2s each. Oh, well. 100th goal for 2 ram. And that was a brilliant finish, wasn't it? And to be fair to Gladbach, I think it's been coming. That was a great whip in and 2 ram with a first time volley. I mean, that is some effort, isn't it? But it is what it is. 2-2 now. And let's encourage the boys. And then potentially we need to make a couple of changes. Pulisic is doing all right. Gibbs White is going to come off. We're going to put Aronson on for him. Vitinha is going to come off for Solanke. What does he like to do? Yeah, I mean, we just don't have any other form of striker. I mean, Kittrick can play there, but it seems a little unwise to move him there. I'd like to bring Jack Harrison on, and I might just do that. We might actually move to a bit more of a progressive system. We're going to take Cristiano off. We're going to move Aronson into the middle of the park, and he's going to be a Mazzala on support. Roca's going to be a central midfielder on defend. And Cristiano's going to move there. We're going to put Pulisic. Well, I suppose we could bring Harrison on behind the strike. Yeah, Harrison can play there. He might do a little bit better there. Yeah, let's go for that. We're going to be positive as well. So let's go for it. Here we go. Let's see how we get on in these final 30 minutes. This is a match that really we should be winning if we want to go through. We want to take something to Gladbach, something to defend. But it looks like we're going to be on the back foot as we have a 2-2 draw on the cards. And there it is, full time. So from 2-0, we've been dragged back to 2s each. And, I mean, this is it. Yeah, we'll just say we're not happy with that. We'll send the assistant to the touchline interview. And, well, there you go. Honours even at Elland Road. It sets us up for a thrilling finish in the semi-final. We're going to Gladbach. We're going to be away from home. And that's going to be your next episode, everybody. We will be back for the Gladbach and West Ham matches. If we go out of the Conference League, then I might just skip the West Ham match and go straight to Everton and Newcastle to finish off the season. We have dropped down to 12th, funnily enough, which would be a shame if we dropped out of the top half. We have got a game in hand, but, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, disappointed with that. We were 2-0 up. But Gladbach definitely came back and looked the better side for much of that. And maybe that shows how far we still have to come when we're missing some of our best players. But if you did enjoy that, then give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.